Hi there, I'm Christina from hairromance.com and welcome back to my channel. Today I've got a bit of a different video. I'm going to be doing an unboxing because I was very kindly sent the brand new Dyson Hairdryer. It feels a little bit like Christmas morning. I've been waiting to open this box until I could shoot this video. So I had a little sneak peek inside, but I haven't taken it out properly. So we're going to do that now. Now this isn't a sponsored video, but I was kindly sent this one to see what I think. And so I'm really excited to find out. I mean, it's a $700 hairdryer, and I think everyone's been waiting for Dyson to make a hairdryer since forever. And I'm really, really curious to see how it stands up to my GHD and to my Parlux. So it comes in a pretty big box. It feels pretty heavy, but it's got some nice packaging that I did sneak at. So inside you get your guide with the man himself who's inside here. And then inside this looks to be the diffuser, which I'll open in a second, and the special case. So now this is a nice leather case that the hairdryer is actually in, and it's pretty small, not so bad. Nice little magnetic closure, and here it is. Okay. Wow, this is pretty cool. Just some more packaging around the cables. Oh, and the hairdryer nozzle as well. And, oh, I don't know what this is for, like a little heat-proof mat. I'm gonna have to check that in a sec. Instructions and warranty. Okay, cool. And otherwise, that's a pretty good little case to keep it in. I'll pop that out of the way. All right, so the main event. Well, the box itself feels pretty heavy. This is really light. Now, it came out first, I think, in the US and UK, so Australia's had it since about July. And it's retailing here for $699. Ooh, I love when all the plastic's on the outside here. I feel bad my husband Jim isn't home to open this. He loves this packaging. Sorry, Jimmy. Right, so it's nicely packaged. Oh, it feels really nice. Oh, and there's more packaging around the front here. Okay. Oh, more of the box. And in here we've got the nozzle. It's smaller than I was expecting. I'd seen it online, but it looks actually quite small when you have it put together here. Oh, nice. And that just has like a little magnet. Nice. Okay, so should I read the instructions? Look, I'm notoriously bad at reading instructions. I will open them just so I don't make any major mistakes, but to be honest, who does read the instructions? There are two nozzles, so that's why it's worth doing it. The smoothing nozzle and the styling concentrator. So, makes a difference. So to smooth, to rough dry, they want to have the nozzle vertical, and then to finish, to go horizontal. I don't know how that actually affects the air coming out. We'll have to find out in a second. And the diffuser. Okay, so I've got this little nice compact diffuser. So if I compare that to one of my other ones, almost the same size, just a little bit smaller. And here is the larger nozzle, which I think is more your smoothing nozzle. And then the one that comes in the box is the styling concentrator. And that's the same, just snaps on really nice and easily. Okay, so I suppose considering I almost pulled a section apart, I should read these instructions. Make sure you register if you do buy one. All right. And that little section is a little non-slip mat. Where did I put that? It comes with a little hook that you can use to hang it up, and a little non-stick mat that you can put it on your tabletop surface so you won't do any damage, I guess. Them here for now. Look, blah blah blah. Don't burn yourself, don't put it in the bath. I've got all the pieces. Okay, settings, alright. Should plug it in and see what happens. I'm so excited. Alright, so plugged it in, turned it on. Ooh. I'm going to take this nozzle off and see if it sounds any different. It's like a really mini dustbuster. It's kind of the sound I'm thinking. Oh, and when you turn it on as well, there's little LEDs that light up here. So let's work out what settings I've got. Okay. So you've got two little buttons here, one for the fan and one for the heat settings. So as you turn it on, it's on high for all, and then you can turn it down and turn the heat down as well. Wow, it's really fun. Okay. And that's a cool shot button as well, like a lot of hairdryers have, that instantly turns it from hot air to cold air. And I gotta say, it's pretty powerful. The only way I'm gonna know is to compare. I've actually still got my hair wet. I just washed it so I could do a proper blow dry tutorial and give this a real test out now. Look, out of the box seems pretty easy to work. I'm not gonna read any more instructions. Let's just have a go with it. And the diffuser. It's pretty cute as well. That's a lot smaller than, say, my hairdryer with a diffuser. That's a bit of a comparison. And that now is a sound comparison. Let's see. It's kind of like a higher pitch sound. I feel like this, do you know what is funny? I really thought when the Dyson was going to come out, it was going to be like the heater that they have, or the fan that just is completely silent. And I was really hoping it would be silent. But that's pretty hard to do because hairdryers are a lot more powerful than fans. But it's not as quiet as I was expecting. It's quiet, it's a higher pitch, but it's not silent. I do think it's probably because it's a higher pitch, it's probably easier to talk over. So like that's the thing I always think when you're in a hair salon, that when all the blow dryers are going, it's so noisy and you're trying to talk to your hairdresser and they're like, I can't hear anything you're saying, I'm just gonna nod and smile. But because this is a slightly higher tone, I feel like you could almost have a conversation over it. But I think the main difference is if I put this one on again, talking over this one is a lot harder. Yeah, that's where you can, it's just the tone difference. So talking over this one is a lot easier than talking over the top of this one. I have no idea what's going to come out with the sound of this video, so hopefully we'll be able to work it out. And then I have a third option to test as well, which is my Parlux. So actually, it's not fair having the diffuser on, that makes the sound different. Let's just test it out properly. So, Parlux sounds like and then the GHD, I think a little bit deeper, and then the Dyson. Yeah. Hopefully be able to hear the difference in that. It's not silent, but it's a lot, for higher pitch, it's a bit easier to hear over. So I think that, yeah, it's almost just like that higher end of your vacuum cleaner. It's got a weird like little squeaky sound as well, so that's picking up. Okay, so, and it's so funny, it's actually quite powerful. You can feel it move in your hand when you first turn it on. Like it sort of pushes back a little bit. All right, so how do I do a little bit of a test? Shall I blow dry a section of each of my hair, I think, with this? And we'll try that out. So I'm gonna try the larger nozzle on here first. And because I've been sitting here a little while, I've got a little water spray, just to make sure my hair is really wet. It's a good test. honest, I'm not feeling that much different to using another hairdryer, but I'm going to switch to the finer nozzle and just finish this section. Actually, that is pretty quick, and the thing that I'm noticing is that it's really comfortable. Like if you've had a wrist problem or you don't have very strong arms, blow drying your hair is really tiring. This makes it a lot easier. Whether that's $700 easier, I guess it depends on your wallet, but so far, like, I'm going to blow dry some more hair with, I'm going to blow dry a section on the other side with my other hairdryer just to see how it compares. As in, which one, Parlux or GHD? Let's try my favorite, old favorite Parlux. So, undecided so far, and I realized I haven't put a proper mirror here, so I'm gonna grab a mirror, blow dry all of my hair, and then see how it goes. Oh, and a quick tip, I guess, if you are blow drying your hair at home, normally when you're at the hairdressers, everyone always starts blow drying from the bottom up. That way you can clip all of your hair up out of the way and kind of keep going. But a trick I do when I'm at home is blow dry the front section of my hair first, and then go back and work from the bottom up. Usually I get bored or run out of time by the time I get to the top, and it ends up being the worst section and the hair underneath looks the best. So I often do this little top section first, not completely finish it, but at least dry it and smooth it out so it doesn't get too frizzy, and then that allows me to kind of just save time at the end and finish that section off really well. Because the longer your hair is actually drying before it's actually being blow dried, not from like quite wet, it's going to get frizzier. So doing that little top section first is a great little trick to save time and save your arms when you want to do your hair. And if you run out of time, at least you've got the front done. You can always put the rest up. Okay, let me try and get a mirror and do a blow dry test properly and see how we go. Okay, I'm back. I'm going to give my hair a rough dry first without the nozzle, and then I'll go back over with the nozzle and see what kind of result I get. I'm quietly impressed with this, I think. Yeah, I'm going to hold on to the end to see exactly what I think. Okay, so now I've given that top section a bit more of a blow dry. I'm going to start working from the bottom up. Again with my trusty clip that I use for everything. Now I've got quite naturally curly hair, so I work in smaller sections to blow dry my hair. But if you've got fairly straight hair, what I also recommend using instead is a paddle brush instead of a round brush. With this you can just do larger sections of hair, but because my hair tends to frizz and be a bit curlier, I use a round brush because I can get a bit more tension and a little bit more control when I'm blow drying. You might also notice I'm doing this little technique where I twist my hair as I blow dry, which sort of gives me these little curls. It's a great way to add in a little bit of extra styling without having to do a second heat process. So I'll show you a little bit how I do that on this next section. So I just sort of start by brushing it through, getting my brush underneath sort of close to the root. And then I want to hold my hairdryer on top and angle down as I blow dry through. I'm actively stretching my hair out, and by blow drying down it also gives a smoother result. But then the trick is you almost do this little loop around with your brush and then keep blow drying like that. And then you end up with these little twists at the end. Can look a little bit ringlety now, but don't worry, I always break them up at the end and you get a really nice sort of natural wave curl through there. I don't know if it's coming out in the video. Look, my hair's really frizzy. I can't tell if it's because it's dried a little bit too much before I started blow drying. So I don't want to give the Dyson a bad name because it's probably my technique and not the hairdryer itself. But I'm going to keep going and see how we're doing. One thing I will say about the Dyson, which I really like, which is very similar to the GHD Aura, is that the outside doesn't get hot. It's really hard when you're using a hairdryer. It gets super hot because I'm always like putting it down in my lap or holding it with my legs or doing whatever I'm doing because I don't have a lot of space in the bathroom. And I like that this is just really, this is cool to the touch. This is fine. The air that's coming out is really hot, but the actual casing itself is really cool, which is nice. You know what, I think this Dyson is doing a pretty good job. My hair isn't being that easy to blow dry today. So what I might do is try and do the other side with the GHD Air as a comparison, because I think it's a bit unfair to give my technique with a new hairdryer and my hair as well. So we can have a little bit more of a test. So on this side I'm going to use the GHD Air and see how this compares. Now I think it's probably my hair. I think the level of frizz is probably about the same on the, oh, you know what? It's pretty close, but if I was to pick a side, I might be picking the Dyson side. Initially I really thought, oh my god, the GHD Air is actually doing better, but it's probably my hair. It's about the same. I think it's a bit too close to call. Let's see. So that wasn't too bad. My hair can sometimes take ages to dry. It's a little bit frizzy today, and I'm going to add a little bit more product. Oh, I did want to say, of course, I always use a heat protectant, and so I use this one today. But you know what? Overall, my hair's got a nice amount of body in it. I haven't put any other product in it yet at this stage, and compared to the side that was the GHD, which is underneath here, I'd say the Dyson side is, oh look, it's really, really similar. I think it's down to technique. So my thoughts on the new Dyson Hairdryer. I actually kind of like it. I don't know that I would necessarily pay $700 for it right now, because I have this feeling that with Dyson, that their first product is never their best product, and I'm waiting for the cordless version. Don't you think that's got to be the next product to come out, am I right? This reminds me so much of like I have a Dyson vacuum cleaner, and I love the little cordless one we have. And so Dyson, do you think you could maybe make this a rechargeable thing? Do you think it would have to be bigger? I don't know, maybe that's what they're working on next. But if this could be a rechargeable one instead of being plugged in, I think this would just be a hands down. I'd probably pay more for that one. But as it is, I think it's pretty clever. I'm looking forward to trying the diffuser, and I should really appreciate that they included a diffuser. If you don't have curly hair, you probably won't care that they have included a diffuser, but for me, like when GHD first brought out their Air, it didn't even come with the diffuser, so it was really difficult to find one to fit, and I really appreciate that Dyson have made one that fits so nicely and that is really convenient and pretty comfortable for traveling. You know, it's funny, I'm actually going traveling this week. I wonder if I should take it with me and see how it goes traveling wise. Because it's so much smaller and lighter, and I often don't find, because I have so much hair, that using a travel hairdryer, or the ones that you find in hotels, are usually pretty rubbish and really, really difficult to wrangle my hair and get them dry within an hour using one of those cheap travel hairdryers. So yeah, this could, if you're doing a lot of traveling, I'd say that maybe this is a good investment for you, because it's a lot more convenient and it's pretty cool. You can actually see right through. The technology in this is great. The power of this surprised me, and my first impressions are good, and I'm really looking forward to giving it a try with the diffuser attachment as well. So I know everyone likes a definite answer on these sorts of videos, and so the answer is, would you buy it? If you had $700, why not? If you travel a lot, yes. If you're obsessed with hair gadgets, yes. But if you're going to wait around, like I probably will, I'd wait around and see what the Dyson Mark II is that comes out. That will probably have a few extra features, because that's what Dyson always does. That's just my opinion. This isn't a sponsored review. Thank you very much though for Dyson for sending me one of these to test, which I have been very grateful for. And I look forward to giving it a test. And when I use the one to use it on my curly hair, I will definitely share that as well and share some thoughts. Thanks so much for watching. This has been my first unboxing, so it's probably a little bit of a long video, and if you've stuck around this long, I really appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching Hair Romance. I hope you'll subscribe. Just hit subscribe below, and I'll see you at my next video. Bye.